6-year-old kid that was about 5'9" and weighed about 135 pounds. He called his mom in, began to explain, hey, this is what I want to do. I believe he's the quarterback of our future. And I tell you what, the mom was excited about it. I'm not sure she understood back then what it meant, but I guarantee you tonight she knows what it means, because her son is one of the top 10 football players in the state of Michigan, and he's basically looking at a Division I scholarship at the University of Buffalo.
Jackson is a dual threat. He can throw the football, he has a great arm, and he can run the football too. He's a 6'5" quarterback, and he turns into this downhill runner when he gets open.
Yeah, I've got a chance to see some of the films, and what excites me about this young man is that he is not afraid to take off with the ball. The option, they run the option veer. He's very quick on the pass. You're going to see tonight that he's going to come off of the snap, and he's going to be looking right and left, and he's going to hit somebody that's going to try to make a move. And here again, that's what Lakeview's got to be concerned about, is the moves that Mount Shores is going to make on some of these plays, because they are a very fast offensive football team.
Yes, they are, and that speed only gets even more elusive when we talk about the senior running back, a verbal commit to D2 Ferris State with head coach Tony Anise in Deontay Moffitt.
Yes, Deontay Moffitt, another very exciting running back for this team here. Over 800 yards rushing this year. He's definitely what I consider that dual threat.
And for Lakeview, they have a good dual threat, and that dual threat is in the backfield in Drake Kemp and Blake Schrad.
You know, these two young men, and what I want to say about it, we've had a chance, Jeff, to see them in a few games throughout the regular season. And what's exciting that I think these guys bring to the table, they're very, very quick. And matter of fact, we talked about it. Mount Shores is concerned about that. They're concerned about the quickness of Lakeview, that they jump and they move very quickly and they score very quickly.
They are a good football team, and another guy to really look at on the offensive side of the ball is the great faker, the magician he is, in Skylar Nichols.
Yes, and once again, very talented young man, very versatile in what he can do back there. I'm looking for some exciting things out of him. And also, you can't forget about Jake Herbers here tonight.
Jake Herbers is a guy, he's a great punter, great kicker, but I think one of the big things here in a game like this, it could come down to field position, and with Herbers, he becomes a big-time weapon.
Yes, and I just want everybody to know there's no wind here tonight. And we're right against Lake Michigan, where you would normally think there would be some wind. But looking out here, I'm looking back to the left of the football field, and the flags are barely moving out there. So, you know, that could definitely be an advantage for Lakeview tonight with Jake Herbers kicking that football.
Definitely could be. And this week there's only one area team in it still, and that's Lakeview. So this week's schedule brought to you by Outdoor Landscape and Supply. Fall cleanup is here. It's looking more like winter. And let the Outdoor Landscape and Supply help you out before it gets cold. They also have firewood ready for you to keep you warm in the winter. Call Outdoor Landscape and Supply at 979-8811 or visit them on Watkins Road. Go west past the Humane Society, left at the T and across I-94, and take a quick, hard left. When we come back, we will get to the keys to the game and the last word. Now it's time for the keys to the game, brought to you by Southern Michigan Bank and Trust. Southern Michigan Bank and Trust brings community back to banking, along with the modern electronic conveniences you need for everyday banking. Southern Michigan Bank and Trust, your community, your bank, with locations on Beckley Road, in Battle Creek, and in Marshall. So keys to the game, Jim, what are you looking at as some keys to the game here for Lakeview? For
Lakeview, the keys to the game is get a quick score. They've got to do that very quickly on the offensive line. On the defensive line, they've got to be able to stop the run and stop the pass. They've got to play very, very strong defense tonight if they're going to have a chance to beat this Mona Shores team.
Well, for Mona Shores, you know, I think, Jim, a lot of it is going to come from, can Jackson get a good grip on the football when it comes time to throw, or is the weather going to make Mona Shores one-dimensional?
Well, and once again, now the keys for these guys, if they do what they've been doing all year long from the offensive side, they're going to be in pretty good shape. They've been averaging over 41 points per game. So if they do what they've been doing offensively, they're going to be solid. On the defensive side, it depends. They've been kind of a roller coaster defense this year. They've had a lot of points scored on them in some games, and they've had some where they've actually held them. So that's going to be a key on the defensive side, which defense here's tonight that Mona Shores is going to have on the field.
All right. So right now we're going to have our last word with the coach, brought to you by Slotsky's Deli. Making it lots better with gourmet sandwiches. We had pizzas from Slotsky's. Slotsky's, the preferred caterer for most high schools and everyday meals, and everyday game day meals. Slotsky's on Beckley Road, 20th Street at West Columbia and downtown, serving gourmet sandwiches and pizza in Battle Creek for over 25 years.
Welcome back to the WBCK pregame show. Right now we're having our last word with the coach, brought to you by Slotsky's Deli. Right now we are joined by Lakeview head coach Matt Miller. Coach, how you doing tonight?
Good. How you guys doing? Nice cold field tonight.
That's right. It is great football weather. We've had about 6 inches of snow dropped on us here since about 4 o'clock yesterday. How have you prepared your team for weather like this?
Well, you deal with it every day. And this week we were outside in the snow, yesterday, so they're used to it. You're never fully used to it until you get playing in it. But we played some cold games the last couple of weeks, so it's the same for both teams. So it's still kids just playing football.
Coach, congratulations on winning the first district title in Lakeview football history. What would it mean to win a regional game?
Well, it means a lot to these kids. They worked very hard to get themselves to this point. I'm proud of them. Winning the district title was the goal. And last year we won the first round of playoffs, and we wanted to move a little further this year. We're playing really well right now. We're running a new buzzsaw right now. Mona Shores is a really good football team. Lots of speed. They're going to test us, but we expected that this late in the season. Late schools up. Division 2 playoffs. We knew we were going to run into them sooner or later, and they're a really good team. And our kids got their work cut out, but they practiced well this week, and they're excited. We want to compare ourselves to the best in the state. This is a big game for us.
Well, speaking of Mona Shores being a fast football team, do you think that the weather tonight helps your football team, especially when it comes to throwing the football for Mona Shores?
I don't think the element's going to have anything to do with it. This field's pretty dry. They did a great job of getting the snow off it. It's a dry surface, and it's just going to be the best team's going to win tonight. I don't think conditions are going to be much of a factor. I thought it would be a slicker field, but it's not, and that's good for us too. We don't really want a wet field. We got some fast guys too, so.
A lot of hype, a lot of excitement with Lakeview being in a regional game. Community's excited about it back in Battle Creek. How have you been able to keep the kids focused on that they don't get wrapped up into the emotion of all that?
Oh, they're as excited as anybody. They're kids. They're teenagers. They're resilient. They bounce back. They're playing for the community, but the biggest thing they're doing is playing for one another, and that's why we're having some success right now. And the longer you go in the season, after winning 9 games in a row, they're really close right now. And the big thing that we say is to play for the guy next to you, and they definitely are doing that. So they're real excited about doing that. But it is neat that the community did a nice send out for us today on the bus. We pulled out of town on the buses, and that was really cool. And I do know that does excite the kids. I hear there's some band buses coming, so it's exciting to have everybody part of it.
This is a Mona Shores football team that has one heck of a 1-2 punch in Tyree Jackson and Deontay Muffin. How do you guys stop them defensively?
We got to tackle them. We've seen some pretty good players in the past, but this quarterback's something special. And it's going to take a great team effort. That's what we think we're a pretty good defense. We play pretty good defense against everybody so far, and hopefully we keep that up tonight. And we swarm to the ball. It's going to take more than one guy to take those guys down, and we got to get 11 purple helmets to the football every time. And if we do that, I think we'll have some success.
I want you to know, Coach, we're excited about Lakeview winning this game, and obviously we're for Battle Creek Lakeview. I got to see in the Muskegon Chronicle that their, I'm not sure who it is, probably their sports editor, made a statement that Mona Shores would win by 18 points. How would you respond to that?
Well, that's that's the closest one I saw, because everyone I saw said 21 to 30. So I guess that guy was giving us a little more credit than the rest of them do. But it's a great football conference up here. Mona Shores is it's considered the best up here in the OK, and it's going to take a lot to beat them. Not many people beat teams from this conference, and tonight we got our chance. We got to play 48 minutes. Push come to shove. It's 11 guys on the field. Mona Shores playing against 11 guys from Lakeview. Whoever plays the fastest, whoever executes the best is going to win the game.
All right, Coach, thank you so much for joining us. And good luck tonight. And we hope that you come away with the victory.
All right, that was the last word with Coach Matt Miller for Lakeview. When we come back, we'll have the last word with the head coach from Mona Shores, Matt Koziak.
So, Coach, you guys are hosting a 9-1 Lakeview Spartan football team, a team that's won 9 straight. You guys have done pretty well yourself with 8 straight wins. How do you guys handle the Spartan football team tonight?
Well, we've got to slow them down. They're, they want to strike. Their offensive line comes off the ball great. They strike you. They're an inside veer, outside veer team, and so we've got to play sound football, and everyone has to have their assignments. Otherwise, you get a kid that creases you because of a missed assignment. And we also have to match their physicality. They're tough kids, and they're scrappy and they fight, and it should be fun.
Coach Jim Hughes here. Just wondering, first impressions, never got to see Battle Creek Lakeview, but when you started looking at the films, what was really your first impression?
My first impression was they've got a philosophy and they stick to it. They have an identity. Like I said, they're an outside veer, inside veer team. That's their identity, and they say, we're going to be good at it. This is what we do, and so that's what I'm most impressed about is they don't get away from their scheme, and they win with that scheme. So,
All right, Coach. With weather conditions on them, I know the community really came in today, and they shoveled the field, and they shoveled the stands, and they did a great job. But still, here on a grass field, cold night, snow coming down, how does that affect your game plan?
Well, we've got to be able to play in these conditions, and we've got to be able to run our offense. Otherwise, we don't deserve to play in November. We tell our kids if you want to play indoors, you have to be able to win outdoors. So we're not going to let that bother us, and we're going to run our offense and try to execute.
What do you see as some of the keys to the game tonight? We always talk about keys to the game, and you've been doing this all week long with the kids. So what are the keys?
Number one, it's going to sound like a cliche, but it's absolutely true. You've got to take care of the football. You can't fumble the ball, and you've got to be able to move the sticks. On our hand, we've got to limit them from third and shorts because they're a run-first team. We've got to be able to kind of get them in third and longs, second and longs, so we can hopefully get them out of their run game and kind of force them to do stuff they don't want to do. And again, like I said, it's going to come down to who can hang on the ball and execute offensively.
Quarterback Tyree Jackson is one of those cases. He is proof that when you invest your time in a young kid, that big dividends can pay off. How proud of you coming into this game are you of Jackson and your football team?
I'm very proud of him and what he's been able to do in his career, and these seniors. We were 1-8 our first year here, our staff's first year here, and these kids still bought into what we're doing in the weight room. They bought into our off-season workouts, and they deserve all of this because of their work ethic. And so, and it's not just Tyree. And Tyree will be the first one to tell you it's not just him. Yeah, he's a tremendously gifted kid, and he's got some real talent, but he'll be the first to tell you that this is a team effort, and he's as proud of his team as anyone else is.
Coach, all the predictions have you winning. Matter of fact, winning big. How do you respond to that?
We don't, you know what I mean? It's 0-0. Battle Creek Lakeview deserves to be here. We deserve to be here, and that's all that matters. I mean, I could say anything. It doesn't mean anything. It's what happens out on this field. So, I hate looking at that stuff to see who's favored and who's not. We've been not favored in games and won them, so that stuff's irrelevant to us.
All right, Coach, thank you so much for joining us. We wish you all the luck tonight and going further. If that happens, have a great night.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, guys. Great to
You bet, sir. Yep. Right now, Lakeview has not had a response or an answer for what the defense is doing. So hopefully they got a trick up their sleeve here.
The linebacking core from Mona Shores is Shermetta, Kramer, and Dykstra. Secondary is Smith, Bursey, Boersma, and Trovinger. That's brought to you by Sunshine Toyota.
They're trying to get, I'm sorry for the delay here, everybody, but we're trying to get the clock taken care of. The referee is standing here, and I think we've got it taken care of now. And they've got 6:31 left here in the second quarter, and Mona Shore's up 6-0, Jeff.
3rd down and 9, looking to throw. The pass is caught by Tyrese Fredericks along the far sideline, but he will only get about 2 yards, and that's it. And it'll bring up 4th down and 6.
Yeah, Hunter Boersma, again, number 10 in on that tackle. And one of the things that I want to say about this defense of Mona Shores, they are swarming Lakeview. I mean, that ball gets passed, it's being run. This defense is swarming right to them, and they're making some pretty impressive tackles so far.
Jake Herber's in the punt, standing back at his own 15. Gets a leg into this one. High kick returnable, though, and it won't be returned by number 10, Hunter Boersma. It looked like for a second he was about to return that. I didn't actually see.
It wasn't a very good fair catch. Well, here again, you know, the rule states that when you go to call a fair catch, you have to get your hand above the helmet and move it from right to left. I didn't see much of that. I saw the hand go up, but it was a pretty quick one. But the judgment of the official, it was a fair catch, and that's where they're going to start.
So another 40-plus yard punt for Jake Herbers. Looking to throw. Jackson throws it, and it's caught over the middle at midfield by number 4, Tyrese Roberson. And right now, Tyree Jackson is putting on a clinic.
Well, and here again, Tyler Underwood in on that tackle, but I've stated this. They've got to get some pressure on this quarterback, on Jackson, because he's getting all day long back there to throw.
He's thrown again, has a man. It's Boersma at the 20-yard line. So he picks up 15, he picks up 30, consecutive plays, no huddle. And right now, I think Coach Koziak for Mona Shores, they had the defensive number right here for against Lakeview.
Yeah, they're doing it. And once again, he's getting some very good offensive blocks going on right now.
Looking to throw. The pass again is complete. This time it's Mercy on the near sideline. Makes the catch at the 15. Gets down to around the 10-yard line. A pickup of 9 yards.
Number 27, Daniel Walker for Lakeview in on that tackle. But now it is a 2nd down and about 2 to go. And as we talked about, Jackson is moving this offense for Mona Shores, who is currently up 6-0.
And this time it's a pitch and a fumble on the play. And it's going to be recovered by Lakeview, it looked like.
Okay, loose one was recovered by Mona Shores.
Lakeview had it for the moment, but
they did.
He had a hand out there, and he pulled it back in. The referee being right there is calling it the other way, which I'm very surprised because I really thought Lakeview had that football.
I did too, and I apologize for calling that prematurely. It looked clear as day. Lakeview had 2 guys there, and somehow, some way, able to get it there. Jackson looks to throw over the middle. The slant, the catch is made by Mercy. Mercy fumbles the football at the end of the catch at the 2-yard line.
Lakeview's got it this time.
And Lakeview has it. How about that?
Yeah, the second time's a charm here. And number 31, Tyler Underwood, bringing that fumble recovery up. Nice job by the Spartans. And I'll tell you what caused that fumble, Jeff. It was a hard hit. He caught the ball, but I can tell you at the point of contact of him catching that ball, he was hit very hard by Tyler Underwood, bringing up a fumble recovery for the Spartans.
Well, Jackson, you can't fault him one bit. I mean, he's put the football on the money all day long. I mean, we're talking about 13 for 15, 190 yards and a touchdown. And really, he should have 3 touchdowns in this game.
No, Jackson's the real deal. Now it's time for the Spartans to get something going.
Looking for some breathing room here. And a handoff looked like it was going to be Nichols on the keeper. And Nichols will get a little bit of breathing room for a gain of 1 yard.
Yeah, that went nowhere on that one. He was met right at the line of scrimmage by that line of Mona Shores.
6-0 Mona Shores, just under 4 minutes to play here in the first half. Jeff Matthews, Jim Hughes here for you for WBCK for this regional final. The winner will take on either Flushing or Farmington Hills Harrison next week. 2 backs, Schrad and Kemp behind Nichols under center. This handoff will be to Schrad once again. Some more breathing room out across the 5 up to the 7-yard line. Give him 4 yards on the carry.
Yeah, Moffitt, number 2 for Mona Shores, in on that tackle for the Sailors. But once again, we're not moving the ball very much on this one. We've got a 3rd down. We're still very deep in our own territory. That ball only being on the 9-yard line. They need a big play here, Jeff.
Yes, they do. 3rd down and 5. 3 minutes to play. 2 backs behind Nichols under center. Nichols will call his own number, and Nichols is going to be dragged down short of the first down marker.
Yep, Shermetta, number 32, Dominic Shermetta, in on that tackle for Mona Shores. And here again, this drive stalls like it's been doing all night long. Unfortunately for Lakeview, they're going to have to punt this ball away deep in their own end zone.
Well, Dom Shermetta, they call him Sure Thing Shermetta around here because this guy has 129 tackles on the year, 90 solo tackles.
And he's only a junior. He's 5'11", 210 pounds, and he has the position of linebacker for the Sailors.
Jake Herbers with a punt and another good kick. That will be fielded at the 47-yard line by Derice Roberson, and he is dragged down by his jersey by C.J. Foster, Mighty Mouse, as we call him around here at WBCK, taken down after a pickup of about 4 yards on the return.
Yeah, nice tackle there to be able to stop that right there. But the ball is in Lakeview territory. That ball resting on the 47-yard line of Lakeview, and it's on the near side of the field hash mark.
44-yard punt for Herbers out of his own end zone. Jackson looks to throw, throws it up, has a man wide open. It's incomplete. Oh, he just, and I mean just, missed him.
Yeah, his hands were extended out. He had his hands up there. The ball was there. His hands were there, but just enough of the ball moving forward that was out of his hands to be able to bring that in. But once again, I got to point it out. Lakeview's got to start putting some pressure on Jackson. Nobody's even been close to him at all in that pocket tonight. And I'm talking about defensive players for Lakeview.
This offensive line doing a great job blocking. Here in the shotgun, Jackson, 3 wide. And it's going to be a pass caught by number 4, Derice Roberson. Roberson with a little wide receiver screen pass, good blocking along the far sideline. And Roberson will turn it up the field along the far sideline for a pickup of 10 yards.
Number 3, Frederick, in on that tackle for Lakeview. Not before a first down is established by the Sailors with that ball on the 36-yard line.
Jackson looks to throw all the time in the world. Now here comes some pressure. Now he's just going to tuck it and run it. And now he's going to throw. It's incomplete, high, intended for Boersma. And I think that Jackson may next time just tuck it and run.
Well, I was going to say, he was over the line of scrimmage. We got 2 flags on that. So we're going to have an illegal forward pass with a loss of down going against the Sailors here. That's a break for Battle Creek Lakeview.
Yes, it is, but if you take that pass away, Jackson is 14 for 17 in this football game for an even 200 yards. And if you take away the fumbles by the receivers after they were near having a touchdown, he could have probably about 250 yards and 3 touchdowns. But right now, Lakeview very fortunate to only be trailing 6-0 with 1:38 to go.
Yep, I agree.
And Jackson is just going to run. He has it up the middle, and he's going to be near the first down marker. I thought he picked it up out across the 30. It's going to be close. And I've seen one official with a 4th down.
Yeah, it's not a first down. Nope, I'm watching where the head linesman is over on the far side of the field, and not going to be a first down here. It is a 3rd down.
Sorry, 3rd down. 3rd down and 1, and Jackson is going to call his number again. Jackson along the far sideline gets down inside the 10 and pushed out at the 8-yard line. This kid just taking over this football game says, look, I'll do it myself.
Yeah, and I was going to say Frederick was in hot pursuit over there, but not after a long gain on a quarterback keeper running off that right tackle, putting the ball deep into Lakeview territory right now. They're in the red zone.
So back-to-back pickups of 20 yards. And I hand this one off to Moffitt, and Moffitt goes up the middle, and he is stopped right there.
Nothing there. Nothing there. He had a host there, but mainly number 88, T.J. Fisk, in on that tackle for the Spartans. And I think they're going to call a timeout here to talk it over.
Well, this is a really big defensive stand for this football team. If Lakeview can hold them from getting a touchdown in the situation, and even holding them to a field goal, it looks a whole lot better being 9-0 than being at 12-0, 13 or 14-0.
I agree.
We're going to take a break here listening to the WBCK Game of the Week. Goal. Jackson takes a handoff with a shotgun up the middle. He takes it on the quarterback draw into the end zone for a touchdown. And that was just a big-time play by Jackson, who is simply taking over this football game. He has over 200 yards passing, and he has just done everything he can do in this football game. 200 yards passing, 40 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns.
Untouched. I mean, unbelievable. They're stepping up the game.
And DeReamer with the extra point. It's up and good. And with 53 seconds remaining in the first half, the Mona Shore Sailors sailing to a 13-0 lead. You're listening to the WBCK Game of the Week.
On the play.
Well, welcome back. DeReamer getting ready to kick off, and he puts his foot into it. And whistles are blowing across the board here, as I'm pretty sure this is going to be offside.
Yeah, it's offside. I saw the far official throw the flag over there. So they're going to take it back 5, and they're going to re-kick this ball. But I tell you what, Lakeview needs to make a statement here before we go into halftime.
Yes, they do. And you can always tell DeReamer by his patented lime green neon cleats that he is wearing down there. I'm sure that his mom probably does what my mom used to do, dresses up in some weird way, have some idiosyncrasy, so that you can always find us. DeReamer's the kickoff is short, is taken by Schrad at the 15-yard line. Schrad up the middle, and Schrad gets out across the 35-yard line up near the 40. I thought he was about to break it.
Yeah, number 20, Easton actually made that tackle. I'm telling you what, that was one step away from 6 points there for the Lakeview Spartans. But once again, not much time left, but they need to execute here, Jeff. It would be great if they could at least get 3 points on the board with Jake Herbers kicking a ball here for us.
Well, a field goal would be big for them. They will get the ball to start the second half.
Yep,
yes.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Coming in here, 2 wide receivers, Gooding and Fredericks. And it's going to be a pitch to Schrad. Schrad slips and falls.
You know, that field is getting colder, and it's what I'm going to consider getting frozen. There is no traction out there because normally when he tries to make that kind of turn, he's not going to slip like that. The field is playing a factor, Jeff.
Well, it's going to be a loss of 2 yards on the play for Schrad, as Schrad has now 7 carries for 2 yards.
I was going to say they better hurry up. There's about 10 seconds to go here, but they're lining up for a second down.
That's going to be a pitch to Kemp. Kemp trying to find some room, has a little bit of daylight, lost the football. Lost the football. It pops out at the 44-yard line as the final play of the second quarter. At the end of the first half, it is all, and I mean all, Mona Shores for this football game as they lead 13-0.
Yeah, unbelievable break there. It was a good thing that the clock expired, bringing up a halftime. And, you know, Lakeview's got to talk this thing over.
I mean, looking back, it could be 42-0. I mean, it could be worse than this right now for Lakeview. They have it second down and 3 to go, and they find themselves trailing right now by 4 scores.
Yeah, 25-0. Like I said, they need to put something together here because once again, Mona Shores gets the ball back again. they're very explosive, and it wouldn't take them long probably to move that ball down to score.
And off to Schrad, and Schrad out across midfield. Looked like he got shot out of a cannon that time. And he will pick up a first down into Mona Shore's territory, which is only the second time in this game they've been able to do this.
It's hard to believe that you're saying that. That tackle was made by number 44, Blake Kramer for the Mona Shore Sailors.
So now football in Mona Shore's territory. Lakeview again wearing their road white uniforms with purple helmets, purple lettering, and purple pants. Moving the football in motion goes Kemp from his running back position to a wide receiver position. Kemp looked like he may have been trying to throw it down the field to Kemp, but it's incomplete. Sorry, he had to tuck it down because of the pressure from the defense.
Well, you know, the defensive line, if you stand here and look at them, those are some pretty tall guys on that front line there. And what they did, they just put their arms up when he went to pass that and elected not to throw it, which is probably a wise move right there, being that close to the line and that close to the defensive linemen.
Coming out here, pro set backfield, lone wide receiver is Fredericks, standing at the right hash. Handoff here is to Kemp in the backfield, and he will fall back to the backfield right in the middle of the MS for Mona Shores.
And Elijah Robar Wilson, number 13, on that tackle, was not fooled by that what's at all. You know, this young man is a senior, 5'11", 175 pounds. Not a big kid, but he's a quick kid. And that's what he's been able to do, is to execute, to move up and to make those type of tackles, and he's had quite a few of those tonight.
This is a 2-yard loss. And again, coming out here, pro set backfield, lone wide receiver standing at the 50 is Fredericks, looking to throw Nichols. Nichols is going to call his own number, tuck it and run, and the pressure is just too much as Dom Shermetta is going to take him down along with Christian Boyd.
And number 54, Tyler Tippins, number 54, who's playing that middle guard position for the Sailors, was all over that one. Bringing up a 4th down and 12 to go, and Jake Herbers is going to have to punt this ball away, which is not a good sign for the Lakeview Spartans.
It's not, and really, he's been the MVP of this football game for the Lakeview Spartans. He's been great, averaging more than 40 yards a punt on 5 kicks.
Not many shining stars, but that's one.
And that's going to be inside the 20, down at the 15-yard line. So that one not quite 40 yards. We'll give him 35 on the punt, no return, but it is inside the 20, as he has done a good job pitting them deep in their own zone.
No, I agree. Number 52, Tyler Snyder, a 6'2", 220 junior for the Spartans, was able to down that ball on the 15-yard line. But the Sailors, once again, have been executing very well on their offense, and here they go, 1st and 10.
And here's a handoff to Moffitt, and Moffitt is going to break one tackle. He's out across the 20, the 25, and gets up near the 30, steps out of bounds at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, there were 3 arm tackles there, Jeff, and it wasn't until number 27, Daniel Walker, another arm tackle, unfortunately, got an arm on him and ran him out of bounds, but they picked up a 1st down.
Coming in here in the shotgun, 4 wide, 2 to the near side left, and 2 to the wide side right. Jackson's shotgun getting the call from the sideline. Moffitt, the lone back, standing behind him here in the shotgun, looking to throw. And then here's a little slant pattern. The catch is made along the far sideline by Derice Roberson. Looks like he fumbled the football at the end of the catch as he gets out across midfield as he runs along the far sideline after the catch.
Yeah, number 22, Devin Sherlock, made that tackle. As he was making the tackle, the ball coughed up, and then at that point, one of the Sailors, and I'm talking about Mona Shores, was able to get on that and made that ball go a few more yards to the Mona Shores side, which puts it into Lakeview territory with a 1st and 10 on the 47-yard line.
23-yard pickup. And here's the swing pass out to Derice Roberson again, and it's incomplete.
2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down.
It's interesting on that. That was a play that we see a lot of times on a pass where it's just coming out to the side. the key is it a forward pass or a pitch back, or I should say a pass behind the line? It was not. It was a legal pass. The ball was incomplete, bringing up a second down for Mona Shores, who's up right now 25-0 with 4:38 to go in the third quarter.
And here's the handoff to Malfino. It's going to be a quarterback keeper for Roberson. For Jackson. Jackson gets out across the 40, near the first down on the 38-yard line. He had me fooled on that one, and I guess that's what good quarterbacks do.
Yeah, number 88, TJ Fisk, was on that tackle. And, you know, here again, that's why these guys, and I'm talking about Mona Shore Sailors, are playing this regional game tonight. They execute very well. They fake very well. And that's what gets you to where you're at right now. Matter of fact, faking out you, Jeff.
Over 300 yards a total of all-purpose yards for Jackson. And the pass is complete to number 6, Cody Bursey.
Yeah, number 55, Cole Cleaver, in on that tackle for the Spartans. 6'2", 230, senior for the Lakeview Spartans.
So think about 6 yards. And Jackson has completed passes to 4 different wide receivers. 3 of the 4 wide receivers each have 5 catches each. Jackson looks to throw, has time, throws it up, and it is incomplete. And that football looked like it was put right on the money, right over the shoulder of Skyden there, and just incomplete.
Well, Devin Sherlock got a hand on that, and he got enough of a hand on that pass that was pretty deep to be able to just throw it off enough where they weren't able to complete that pass. But if Devin had not got an arm or a hand on that football, we'd have seen another 6 points on the board.
17 for 22, 270 yards and a touchdown for Jackson in this football game. Coming out here in the shotgun, 3 wide. Twin receivers to the wide side right. Jackson and on the fake, and he will slip out across the 25, down the 22-yard line, and another first down as he's able to pick up 8 yards on the play.
Yep, number 3, Frederick, for the Lakeview Spartans, finally making that tackle, but not before Tyree Jackson establishes a first down for the Sailors.
I'll tell you, Buffalo, they have my vote for the MAC, for possible being MAC champions here in about 3 or 4 years with this kid, if he goes there and does what he's been doing here tonight.
Yeah, and I guess the thing about Jackson that we've talked a lot about tonight, he's a good kid, he's a very good student, very well disciplined. I had an opportunity to talk to some of the parents here tonight about him, and a very respected young man here at Mona Shores High School. In his senior year, a 4th-year starter, which you don't see that very often in high school football.
So the shotgun. Trips bunt set to the wide side right here. Looking to throw. And the pass is incomplete. Should have been caught right in the hands of DeReese Roberson. It's incomplete.
You know, the funny thing is, when Jackson was throwing that ball on the far side of the field out into the flat, short flats there, the ball was actually going away from him. He threw it at him, but the way the ball was sailing, it was going away, not able to make that catch. Bringing up a 3rd down and 11 to go. Ball is on the 24-yard line of the Spartans.
Four wide, twin receivers to each side looking to throw. They're going to throw out here on a slant. The catch is made by Bursey. Bursey will turn up the sideline, along the far sideline, up the 5, and in the end zone for a touchdown, Cody Bursey with the catch and the run.
I'm going to give them second effort on that one. Did not let up whatsoever. And I can tell you the fans here are very, very excited about that play, and they're getting all of their money's worth here tonight for the Mona Shore Sailors, the home crowd. They are truly enjoying this game. It's cold out. There's no wind. It's not snowing. It's just cold.
So Cody Bursey, 6 catches, 83 yards. Actually dropped what would have been a touchdown, but he has 6 catches for 83 yards on the day. And 2 touchdowns, and right now Mona Shores leads this one 32-0 with 2:27 to go in the third quarter. And we're going to take a break. You're listening to the WBCK Game of the Week. The press box is outside. It is bitterly cold, and the defense from Mona Shores has been just about as cold as the weather, as they have shut out Lakeview so far in this football game, and offensively on fire, leading 32-0. And the kickoff is taken by Schrad. Schrad is up the middle. He's going to actually change directions here, looking for some room as he changes directions along the middle of the field, and he's going to be taken down at around the 28-yard line.
Yeah, number 13, Elijah Robar Wilson, in on a tackle for the Mona Shores Sailors on that one. He ran quite a bit. The sad part is he was running side to side and not going left to right.
So a key stat in this game, 399 total yards for Mona Shores, 48 for Lakeview in this football game. That's how you trail.
It's very uncharacteristic of the Lakeview Spartans, very much so.
And we got here pro set backfield, alone wide receiver here to the near side right. As a handoff right up the middle, and Schrad is going to go forward here for about a yard, and that's it.
Yeah, and Dykstra in on that tackle for the Mona Shore Sailors on that one, and like you said, that really went nowhere.
On this game, 23 carries for 50 yards for this Lakeview Spartans football team. Coming here, pro set backfield, twin receivers to the near side right. Schrad and Kemp in the backfield. And it's going to be a handoff to Schrad. And Schrad's going to move forward for about 5 yards in the play.
Yeah, number 54, Tyler Tippins in on that tackle. He's a senior, 5'8", 255, and he is one of those defensive guards for the Sailors. Tough football player. Matter of fact, I take that back. He's playing middle guard, and he's been there all night and definitely doing a fine job for the Sailors. 32-0, Jeff. Hard to believe.
Hard to believe. Two wide receivers in here, two backs looking to throw. Here's the pass. It's to Schrad. Schrad makes the catch, and then he is hit immediately by Dom Sure Thing Shermeda.
Yeah, Dominic has been all over tonight, number 32 for the Sailors. I got to say this, though. They ran the screen, but there was nobody out there to block him. When he caught the ball, he was immediately tackled because there was nobody there to block for him, where he would have been able to get some kind of traction, to get some kind of gain for the Spartans. But here again, it's stalled.
And Jake Herber is a very busy man looking to punt the football. Standing back in his own 19-yard line. Snap is good. Here's the punt. The punt is going to be effective, going to be taken by Borsworth at 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. He's got room, and he's going to be hit with a touchdown-saving tackle by Cole Cleaver. And boy, is Lakeview glad that Cleaver got him, because Borsworth had a full head of steam, and it took a big stick by Cleaver to stop him.
No, he had momentum going, and he was definitely moving. Good thing, like I said, or you said there, that number 55, Cole Cleaver, was there to make that stop for the Spartans. But here we go. They're already into Spartan territory with a 1st and 10. The ball is on the 48-yard line of the Spartans.
5 seconds left to go. Mona Shores with their home royal blue and Tar Heel blue uniforms. And the handoff is to Moffitt, and Moffitt is going to be taken down by Cole Cleaver for about a loss of a yard of the play, and that's the final play of the third quarter.
Yeah, Cole Cleaver was right there. Fourth quarter coming up, 32-0.
The Lakeview Spartans trail 32-0 here in this regional final. You're listening to the WBCK Game of the Week.
No.
Everyday lunch or dinner doesn't have to be the everyday routine. Make it lots better with gourmet sandwiches and pizzas from Schlotzsky's. Schlotzsky's will even cater to your office or event. It's so good, they're the preferred caterer for most high schools for game day meals. Place your order for lunch or dinner today. If you're looking for something that's lots better, then make it Schlotzsky's on Beckley Road, 20th Street at Columbia and downtown. Schlotzsky's serving gourmet sandwiches and pizza in Battle Creek for over 25 years.
Well, 32-0 is the score. If you're just tuning in, the name of the game has been Tyree Jackson and defense.
No, I agree with you. No, I agree with you. And they've got the ball again here with this second down after the end of the third quarter.
Jackson here with the pitch to Moffitt along the far sideline here. As Mona Shores changing direction, and they were going from right to left, now going left to right here in the fourth quarter. And he will pick up about 5 yards, taken down by Hunter Bost.
Yes, Hunter was in on that tackle over there on that far side, running him out of bounds, bringing up a third down, and the ball is on the Lakeview 44-yard line.
Here in the shotgun for a while, looking to throw once again, slam in the middle, Borsma, nothing but open field. He's down inside the 30, down to the 25-yard line. They're just moving the ball at will.
Yeah, number 23, C.J. Foster in on that tackle. But I tell you what, Jeff, you have got to put somebody out there that when they're going out, they've got to cover them. They're not covering at all on the side. I mean, they're putting these guys in a slot, and they're opening up about every time.
Mona Shores here in the shotgun. Here's Jackson. Jackson moves up the field, still on his feet at the 10, down to the 5-yard line, as he is just taking over this football game.
Yeah, number 27, Daniel Walker, he carried him for 3 yards down the field. And now they're on the 5-yard line, way into the red zone here. Unbelievable. Just an unbelievable turn of events here.
So 91 yards rushing on the day on 6 carries for Jackson, 303 yards through the air. And here he's going to call his own number, weaves through traffic, and he is going to basically walk into the end zone for a 5-yard touchdown, his third rushing touchdown of the day. And that run right there is going to put him at 400 yards of total offense by himself.
We need to start looking at the record books and see from a playoff perspective, is that record breaking? I don't know that, but it possibly might be with those kind of yards that he's racking up here tonight.
It's a lot.
The other unfortunate part of this is now we're going to move into a running clock after this field extra point attempt.
The extra point is up and good, and with 11:08 to go here in the fourth quarter, the Mona Shores Sailors leading 39-0 over the Lakeview Spartans. You're listening to the WBCK Game of the Week.
Here's nice news for carpet shoppers.
He's been doing fantastic here tonight. 300 yards passing, almost 100 yards on the ground. 3 touchdowns on the ground, 2 through the air. And that has spelled a 39-0 deficit. The kickoff is taken by Schrad, and Schrad will get about a return of 10 yards up to the 24-yard line.
You know, the unfortunate thing is Lakeview has not been able to do anything. They've had absolutely no answer at all for what Mona Shores has been throwing at them. You'd have thought coming out the second half that there would have been a little different plan for Lakeview to be able to get something positive going. The unfortunate thing is it's kind of even went more backwards.
First down and 10 for Lakeview, going from right to left across your radio dial, wearing their road white uniforms with purple pants, helmets, and lettering. And the handoff is to Schrad here. And Schrad is going to get to the 29-yard line for a pickup of 5 yards.
Number 54, Tyler Tippins, in on that tackle for Mona Shores.
Second down and 4.
Second down and 4 coming up. Jeff Matthews, Jim Hughes bringing you this live football game. Stay tuned after the game for the Michigan State basketball game versus Navy. And the handoff up the middle, and this to Dre Kemp. And Tremp had nowhere to go.
Drayon Kemp, number 5, ball carrier.
He is hit and dropped for a loss.
Yeah, just unbelievable. I just, you know, the Battle Creek Lakeview Spartans have had absolutely no answer at all for this Mona Shores football team. And I'm talking on both sides of the ball. I'm talking offense and defense. I mean, even on the defensive side, these guys have just executed. Great tackling, blocking the holes where they're not able to run the ball up the middle. I mean, just everything Lakeview's tried is just falling short.
Nichols looks to throw. He does. It's going to be intercepted along the far sideline.
Wow. Unbelievable.
It was underthrown.
Yes. Yes, number 53, Cole Winters from Mona Shore Sailors was able to bring in that interception, and it was definitely underthrown.
And Skylar Nichols is having a day he wish would go away here. He has completed only 3 passes on the day out of 9 attempts, 2 interceptions on the day. 1 has been returned for a touchdown. But really, if your head coach, Matt Miller, you haven't been able to throw the ball, haven't been able to run the ball, do you just send Jake Herbert out there and have him punt?
Boy, I don't know what you do here. I mean, at this point, you're just playing for respect. You know, it would be nice if Spartans could put something up on the board, but I'm telling you, Jeff, I don't think they can do it. This Mona Shores football team is the real deal. And I tell you what, a lot of credit goes to this coaching staff here that's turned this football program around within the last 5 years.
Well, you know, looking at the other parts of this side of the bracket, the winner of this game takes on the winner of Flushing and Farmington Hills Harrison. Whoever this Mona Shore team is going to play, watch out, guys. And it's
a quarterback for Mona Shore.
A new quarterback in Tyler Trevenger.
Yeah, and it was a fumble. They actually hit that ball up. It went straight up in the air, and that was truly a fumble, but one of the Mona Shores linemen was able to get back on that, where they still hold on to the ball with a second down. But that very easily could have been a turnover for Lakeview.
So second down. Football at the 30-yard line. Jeff Matthews, Jim Hughes here, bringing you live coverage of the regional final between the Mona Shore Sailors and the Lakeview Spartans. We're out here 4 wide. Looking to throw the football. And it's going to be a pitch right here to number 43, Peyton Lefevre. And nowhere to go. Good job by the Lakeview defense.
Yeah, as we're seeing this game now being pretty much out of the reach for the Spartans with 39-0 with just about 7 minutes to go. Mona Shores is now putting some of the kids that haven't had an opportunity to be out there to play. They're getting to see some action.
Out here in the shotgun, 4 wide, twin receivers to each side in tight. Trevenger's just letting the clock run.
Oh, they're working the clock. I mean, I get that, and that's what I would do too. He's waiting for the back judge to raise his hand to start the 5-second count, and now they're going to snap the ball.
His hand up the middle once again, Lefevre. And he's going to be taken down by John Burks.
Number 55, Cole Cleaver, also in there on that tackle for the Spartans.
So, Jim, looking ahead, on the other side of the bracket. The other teams left, you have Birmingham Brother Rice taking on Warren De La Salle, and then Southfield and Wyandotte Roosevelt taking on each other. And here in 2 weeks, we're going to have quite a good final in Division II, whoever makes it.
No, I understand that. I agree with that as well. And, you know, one of the things that I've always known for many, many years, the east side of the state is always tough. And if any schools from the west side of the state can get to the finals, that tells me they're a pretty darn good football team. Yes, this has been a good test tonight. Mona Shores is truly a solid football team, but I agree with you, the winner of the game between Flushing and Harrison, that's going to determine, I truly believe, who's going to be at Ford Field. Because next week is the semi-football game, semifinals.
Right. All signs pointing to probably Brother Rice, maybe on the other side of the bracket, four-time defending state champs. And here's the pitch to Dre Kemp, and Kemp's going to get some yards here. He'll pick up about 9 yards on the run, on the sweep along the right side.
Number 20, Cantrell Eason in on that tackle for Mona Shores.
That is the longest run of the game for Lakeview.
It's like I said, this is totally uncharacteristic of the season that the Lakeview Spartans have had.
They just went over 50 yards total offense in the game. Here's Dre Kemp once again. Kemp with some good yardage along the far sidelines. Gets across midfield on the carry.
Now, once again, I have to point out to everybody that, you know, it's late in the football game. The Spartans are down 39-0. There's 4 minutes to go, and right now we're seeing a lot of substitutions going on out here, and some of the kids that are not getting a chance to play football are playing.
Actually, it looked like a bunch of starters just went back on the field.
I think they just switched them out. They just put the first team back in. You're absolutely correct.
They did not like that last run by Kemp.
Well, once again, I think what they're trying to say is we don't want Lakeview to score. That's what they're saying.
20-yard run there for Kemp in the last carry. Hand off to Kemp, and nothing there. Shut the door.
And I was going to say, basically, a host of the front line for Mona Shores was on that tackle. I really could give credit to that whole front line. They all kind of wrapped up, and, you know, the yardage that he gained on that is just where they were pushing to try to tackle him in the middle of the field. But right now it is a second down. The ball is on the 30-yard line, and Lakeview is trying to get some respect to put something on the board, Jeff. Maybe even a field goal. Who knows?
Going from right to left across your radio dial here. Second down. And the
You know, one thing I'm going to point out, there haven't been a lot of penalties tonight. A pretty clean and pretty even football game that we've had here tonight.
So third down coming up. I think that he might have fumbled the football here, maybe, and then he recovered it. And he went down. So the thing I could really see there, it looked like.
Yep. But like I say, a pretty clean football game on both sides of the ball from both teams tonight.
We got under center here. And head coach Matt Miller wanting to take a timeout here. They're looking at a chance to score here, and they're going to take this chance here, whatever it is.
Yeah, 2 minutes to go. It would be great to at least put some points on the board.
Well, you know, Jim, it has been a long football season. We've seen a lot of great things along the area here. One thing that I do want to add, we want to offer our condolences to the family of Tim May, the St. Phil principal, the former basketball coach at St. Phil as well as Penfield, who passed away earlier this week unexpectedly. He was a leader as a coach and as an administrator, and he will be missed.
I agree, and my heart goes out to him and the family, and to everybody. And I knew him, I remember him, and 61 years old is a very young age.
Yes, it is. And here's the pitch to
the ball carrier.
Malik Schrad, and Schrad will get wrapped up here on the near sideline as he runs left with it. And he gets wrapped up here. So now it's 4th down, and this is the last hurrah for many of these Lakeview Spartans who will find themselves many playing college ball. Maybe for some of them, their last time ever playing on a football field.
Yep, I agree with that, especially, like I say, we're talking about the seniors that are out there right now. And, and the Mona Shores fans are getting into this. They're cheering and hollering because they know they're on their way to victory with just about 2 minutes to go here.
And Nichols can't handle the snap. He goes down, hit by Mike Bordeaux, and that is going to signal a shutout barring some cataclysmic event.
No, I understand, and right now all they got to do is just take a knee. They can go to their victory formation. The fans are all standing here on the home side for Mona Shores. The kids are on the sideline, got their hands up in the air. A lot of excitement, winning a regional title game here tonight in North Shore, Michigan. I should say Norton Shores, to make that correct.
So now into the game, number 79, 6'1", 300-pound defensive lineman Chris Timmons. This is his first action in a Lakeview football game in his career as a senior.
That's going to do it right there.
And the final score.
And Mona Shores is excited, and the Sailors, there were no rough waters here tonight, as it was smooth sailing for this football team, winning 39-0 behind the right arm and the legs of Tyree Jackson, and a stellar, and I mean stellar, performance by this Mona Shores defense.
No, I agree. Like I said, they played a very good football game. Tyree Jackson, I want to make sure everybody kind of pays attention to that name, because I think you're going to hear a lot about him in the MAC at the University of Buffalo next year. Maybe not next year, but in the next couple of years. How's that?
Sounds good. Well, we are going to take a short break here, and then we'll be right back for the post-game show. You're listening to the WBCK Game of the Week trophy at midfield, and boy, do they deserve it. Congratulations to Mona Shores. Take nothing away from them in this victory, 39-0 over Lakeview.
Yes, congratulations to him. And I tell you what, we wish them a lot of success as they move on here in the playoffs. And now they're bringing the trophy over to the student body over here right by the stands. And the kids are coming over. Everybody's gathering around. So excited. I mean, just a great sight to see here.
Like I always say, how can you not get nostalgic about sports?
I love this game.
Because they realize that it is their 12th man that is there for them, win or lose at the end of the day. That 12th man made up of family and friends, of coming together as a community. I mean, people worked really hard to get this field ready for them to play this game to win this regional championship.
No, that's very understandable. And another thing I just want to point out right now, the parents are leaning over the stands and the players are coming up, and moms are hugging the sons and the dads are down there. And I mean, wow, what a great celebration for the Mona Shores Sailors football team, winning their very first, I think, regional game.
Yes, I believe you're right.
I mean, I believe it's their first as well, because I just understood too that it was their first district title last week.
So let's take a look at our scoring summary brought to you by Farley Estes and Dowdle Funeral Home. Farley Estes and Dowdle Funeral Home has provided celebrations of life with compassion and dignity. Losing a loved one, it can be hard, and they will ease your worry. Farley Estes and Dowdle Funeral Home providing services at their homes in Battle Creek, Augusta, and Richland for over 125 years. So the scoring summary, well, it was all Mona Shores all the time, led by Tyree Jackson with 3 rushing touchdowns and 2 touchdowns through the air.
Yeah, once again, it took Mona Shores a little bit of time to kind of what I consider warming up. It started off in the first quarter as a defensive game on both sides of the ball, but I tell you what, once Tyree Jackson warmed up, and I'm going to say he warmed up to hot, and obviously finished it very strong with a 39-0 win.
It was a great win for them. And let's take a look at the scoring just really quick. Started off with a 5-yard touchdown pass from Tyree Jackson to Kobe Bursey to make it 6-0. A 5-yard touchdown run by Jackson made it 13-0. That was the score at the half. On the 4th play, coming back from the half, Jackson took it in from 8 yards out for a touchdown run to make it 19-0. On the ensuing drive, Zach Hellman, the defensive lineman for Mona Shores, intercepted a pass by Lakeview quarterback Skylar Nichols and returned it 20 yards for a touchdown to make it 25-0. A 8-yard touchdown pass by Tyree Jackson to Bursey again, his second of the day, made it 32-0, and then a 5-yard touchdown pass or 5-yard touchdown run by Tyree Jackson made it 39-0, and that is our final score.
It's hard to believe it was said that fast, but I can tell you that's how the scoring went tonight. Once they ignited, once they were able to put it together offensively, Tyree Jackson just went right to left, down the middle, ran the ball, the option. I mean, you name it, Jeff, he was doing it tonight.
It was all cylinders. It was impressive to watch. Even as a Lakeview fan, you couldn't help but look at it and see the awe and ease that Tyree Jackson appeared to throw the football with tonight.
No, I understand that. And, the other part of it as well is that, the offensive line contributed very well. Mona Shores' defense tackled hard, pursued. I mean, it was like radar on something. They were all over wherever that football was at and whoever was carrying the ball. The sad part about this for the Battle Creek Lakeview Spartans, they had no answer at all. They went in at halftime down 13-0, still having that opportunity to do something, but unfortunately was not able to put anything together, and Mona Shores just basically turned the heat up in the start of that third quarter.
They did. 300 yards passing for Tyree Jackson. He was 19 for 26 for 303 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also ran for 96 yards on 8 carries, 448 total yards of offense for Mona Shores, only 85 for Lakeview. They just weren't able to get it done. Dante Moffitt, the running back for Mona Shores, had 12 carries, 41 yards, 2 carries for 11 yards for Hunter Broersma, 1 carry for -3 yards for Derice Roberson. 5 catches, 80 yards in the receiving game for Derice Roberson. 6 catches, 79 yards for Hunter Broersma. 1 catch, 55 yards for Dan Scheidemann, and then 6 receptions for 83 yards for Kobe Bursey and 2 touchdowns on the day. For Lakeview, Skylar Nichols, the quarterback, had a rough night, 3 for 9, 2 interceptions, -1 yards of passing in the game. Running the football, 86 total rushing yards on the day on 35 carries, averaging less than 3 yards a carry. Malik Shrad had 28 yards on 12 carries. Drayon Kemp had 13 carries for 53 yards, 20 of those 53 yards coming late in the game on a run with the second team in. And Skylar Nichols had 6 rushes for 5 yards in the game. Perry Fredericks had 2 catches for 1 yard, and Blake Shred had 1 catch for -2 yards on the day.
Disappointing, that's all I can say. I'm like you, Jeff. Definitely was rooting for our Battle Creek Lakeview Spartans here tonight. I can tell you it's been a great experience. It's awesome that they have come this far. And, one of the things they have to do, there's something about this. You either create a stepping stone or a stumbling block. And my hope is that Lakeview will take this big loss they had tonight, 39-0, and use it as a stepping stone as they launch into their next football season, 2015.
Well, right here on that, I really feel like that's going to come. Matt Miller's done a fantastic job there, and 9-2 is nothing to shake a stick at.
No, they still need to hang their head high on that. And, great job. They went more and they went farther than any of our area schools. So credit goes there.
So Mona Shores will take on the winner of Flushing and Farmington Hills Harrison. They will play the winner of, the semifinal next week will be Mona Shores taking on the winner of Flushing and Farmington Hills Harrison. On the other side of the Division II bracket, the other games on that side, Southfield is taking on Wyandotte Roosevelt, and Birmingham Brother Rice is taking on Warren De La Salle. The winner of those games will be in the other semifinal. So it'll be an interesting run, but I will tell you, Mona Shores is for real, and I would not want to play them if I were any team right now.
No, I couldn't disagree with that whatsoever. And, here again, we wish them a lot of success as we move on with this.
So the player of the game has to be Tyree Jackson for Mona Shores. 400 yards of total offense. Fantastic. 5 touchdowns that he was responsible for. Just a great all-around day.
No, that's great, and been a great season.
And I would say that the player of the game for Lakeview has to be Jake Herbers. From his punting perspective, he had 8 punts in the game. 6 of the 8 punts were for 40 yards or longer. Out of the 8 punts, he actually pinned Mona Shores inside the 20-yard line on half of those kicks. Did a great job in this game, and he made the game closer just by making the field longer by being able to pin this Mona Shores team within their own 20-yard line.
That's true. Absolutely.
So the next high school sports broadcast will be, I believe, here in a couple weeks on WBCK. Please stay tuned to WBCK at WBCKFM.com or listen on 95.3 FM on your radio dial.